And so we are back. Back for the fifth round of the Austrian Legacy Masters warm-up FNM. This is the last round of today because this is just a regular rule enforcement level event where we just want to hype our players up, the community, and
Exactly.
get them ready for tomorrow.
Yeah, as you've seen, we switched out Peter. It's now Phil again.
I'm now a little bit more blonde.
Yeah, it's just a little bit more blonde. And yeah, we just had a really nice, exciting match. It was Bomberman against Crixus Delva. I think this was a very intricate and detailed matchup where small interactions really mattered.
Okay.
It was really interesting. It was really close, but in the end, because Jakob on Crixus Delva was stuck on one land in the last game, and he played the Delva on turn one, and in the end, Delva rode all the way to victory. Just
Really?
yeah, it was backed up by I think 3 forces.
Oh, wow.
For key pieces that Tobias had. He would have had the combo, but he didn't have a payoff, and the payoff was like forced 3 times. So the Delver did all the work, and yeah, this is just Delver things at some point.
Yeah, sometimes. I mean, with what year is it? I thought Scam was the best deck.
Yeah. So I think we have a little bit of scam in the tournament, but not really at the top tables. For this FNM, we have some scam variants that is also pretty like a mono black scam version is also pretty popular, but not the blue black scam at the moment. So I'm not sure if this will be a foreshadowing for tomorrow.
Let's hope so. I mean, we're all totally sick a little bit out of Scam, basically. So I think everybody is ready for it to go.
Exactly. And now for the last round of this tournament, we have 2 players. I think both are they're both are local players of our Austrian Legacy League, and
Aren't bringing you the no, for this time we aren't bringing you the top table because this is more of a fun event.
Exactly.
Because it's just a warm-up warm-up FNM. And so we're bringing you table 4. That's on left Jonas Schernberger. On it's basically red black Menace tribal.
Yeah, it's mono black scam, right? Something like this. Or is this?
It's red black Menace tribal.
Yeah, but it's a mono black scam.
It's a scam variant, but everything is Menace.
Yeah.
And he plays also a dinosaur, a raptor. So that's really nice. And on the right side we have Xenia. Xenia is a newish kind of player in our community. I think it's her 6th or 7th tournament right now.
Yes, but she almost, I think.
Every time she plays,
she's pretty strong.
She has a good record. Always going 3-2, 4-1. I think her worst record was 2-3.
Yep.
So really strong player. And I love that we have a woman in the community. We always fight for some diversity, and it's great to have them here.
Exactly, I think so. And she's playing Show and Tell. And I think it's a little bit adapted to the newest version. I don't think it has any Modern Horizons 3 cards in it, but it has access to like the One Ring, for example, as an alternative payoff, and of course the normal Show and Tell combo with, I think it's mostly Atraxa.
Atraxas.
Yeah.
They are so insane.
Exactly. So we will see who will go first and play the first spells.
I mean, I love it that we have in the 5th round 2 players on 3 and 1 with Show and Tell that's basically gone out of the metagame, and something like Menace Aggro.
Yeah.
Although Jonas is playing the scam package, which really fuels the deck. But the plays that he can do are just insane. He told me something like one game. There was one game where he had about 9 clue tokens laying around.
Clue coming from what?
Yeah, that's a little spoiler. We for sure will see it.
Yeah. Okay. Let's wait for that then.
I mean, for the chat, I mean, you can surely find it out. I mean, you just have to Google Menace and clues.
Clues and Menace, yeah.
And also a small little dinosaurus in his deck.
Only a small one.
Yeah, it's a 2-mana dinosaur.
Ah, it's the rampaging raptor, right? Or not?
I don't know. I don't know the name. It's Rakdos colored.
Okay, then it's not that. The rampaging raptor would be the mini bloodbird elf, basically. The new from Modern Horizons, the 2-1.
The Amp Raptor.
Amp raptor.
The Amp Raptor, yeah.
Okay,
Okay, you use it as a mini bloodbird elf. I
you
always
kind of, because you get energy, you can cast it. Yeah, you have to pay for it, I think, but
Yeah, I always thought like, why are they playing it in these strange decks in Modern, and I didn't
yeah,
get
it's a
the
value.
yeah, it's just value. Okay.
Yeah, it's value.
Because at first they talked about like casting it into Thassa's Oracle and just have the Raptors and the Oracle and nothing else.
Yeah.
Which certainly turned out to be bad.
Yeah.
Like
That is
these
true.
kind of decks always do.
Yeah, that is true. What we see is a Force of Will, an Emrakul, a Flusterstorm, a
It's
Lotus
sneak
Peddler.
attack.
Unfortunately, Xenia is missing a second land drop.
Mm.
Yeah, Show and Tell definitely wants to hit the land drops.
And we have a Chromox, Battlers into Chromox, pitching, Fable of the Mirror Breaker. Look, oh, that's a lot of mana. That's a lot of mana. Is it Hakka's Grief?
Maybe. This is something that I would probably anticipate to force.
Yeah.
You don't want, yeah, it's preventing the threat, and you would lose one card in your hand anyways.
Yeah, and there's no mana for reanimate shenanigans here.
Exactly.
And if you just go Show and Tell the next turn, you are pretty good to go.
Let's see what it will be though. Maybe it's another menacing threat.
I mean, so things like Menace Tribal. I
Is this the
think
one?
that's the one. Yeah, I think that's the one.
What is it? You have to tell me.
I don't
you
know
have
the
to
name.
choose.
It's a 3-mana, 3/3. When it comes into play, you discard your hand.
Okay, and draw.
No, you don't draw.
You don't draw, okay.
It's Carnage Interpreter. Yeah, that's true.
Carnage.
Carnage Interpreter.
Okay. Let us get this. Ah, yeah, this one. When it enters the battlefield, discard your hand, then investigate 4 times. And that's where you get the clues from.
Yeah.
You investigate.
And if you're Hellbent, then it gets +2/+2 and has Menace.
So it's for 3 mana, 5/5 Menace, basically.
Yeah.
And you get 4 clue tokens. Pretty interesting. Is this a Show and Tell?
This is a Show and Tell into Emrakul.
That's how you do it.
And Shield Resident from the top.
Just
And Ancient Tomb. Okay.
I think.
Swing for 5. That's okay.
I mean, Jonas can sack a lot of clues.
Yeah, that's true.
And he can survive 1 attack, but that's not gonna be enough.
No, now
Xenia has a force to back it up, plus a Flusterstorm. So
yeah, there
Doesn't really
goes
care.
4 clues, a Lotus Petal, and
the Chromox.
okay.
I would take the Chromox.
Yeah, the Chromox isn't
At this
really
point, yeah.
doing something here. Maybe he thinks about ripping up a broadside bombardiers from the top when he wants to have the Chromox to shoot the.
A broadside would be +7 damage, right?
Yeah, but it's not enough. So he
not
scoops
enough,
it up. Very, very fast game here and really strong showing from Xenia.
Yeah, simple Emrakul. Show and Tell Emrakul.
What year is it? 2014?
It is that year, yes.
Nah, to be really, I really love that. I also want to build Show and Tell
Yeah.
because it's
It's a cheap deck actually.
Yeah, the
Not-
show and tells can be quite expensive if you want the old versions.
Okay.
Towards the
I think I
saga
bought
versions.
mine like for 20 euros or something. I have no idea.
I think the new versions, the Eternal Masters ones, are like that,
Mhm.
and the old versions are about the
Double the price.
double the
or-
price. Yeah,
Okay.
but Sneak Attack is pretty cheap
Mhm.
because it had so many
Yeah,
reprints.
yeah. There's also a nice old beta version for pretty. I think was
$3 to $4 or something.
yeah. It's yeah pretty
It was
affordable.
also 20 beforehand. Yeah,
In terms of land, you need a couple of volcanic islands and only a couple of ancient tombs. I don't think you need a city.
I think they are playing one city.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, or one Boseiju.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's often in the sideboard to board it in against any counter spells, which is definitely not the case here.
No, really not.
So, does Jonas have any nice way to interact with this combo?
Yeah,
Grief, maybe?
Grief, reanimate Grief.
Yeah.
Maybe Fortis, maybe Hymn to Turak. I
Mhm.
don't know what he's playing
What
in the
is it about, yeah.
75, but there will be a lot of discard.
Mhm.
Maybe surgical extractions
Okay, yeah.
in response to a trigger to exile Emrakul's,
Yeah.
or just discarding Show and Tell and exiling Show and Tell.
Mhm.
This is also a pretty strong play.
Yep. Let's see how the second game will shape up. There is it's a green version of this show and tell. I think we see a Wheel of Summer,
Oh
which is
yeah.
a pretty good card against this mono black deck, or Rakdos deck rather. But apparently no lands, or too few lands.
Okay,
you-
and Jonas is keeping
Yeah.
his 7, so there will be some kind of interaction in the first time.
At this point, Xenia is shuffling up. I think it's good that we can highlight again that for this tournament and for all weekend, we have our Austrian Legacy League exclusive proxies that we allow for the tournament. You should for sure have seen a couple of weird looking cards here and there for some of the reserve list cards. Those are our exclusive proxies that we give to people who want to participate and play some Legacy.
Yeah, because we really love the format, and the only thing the format is missing is new blood, basically. So the more people we can get to play Legacy, the better it is.
Yeah, we want to lower the entry level in terms of money costs.
And the nice thing here is this is kind of the compromise we made with our shopkeeper, because yeah, proxies aren't really every shopkeeper's friend.
Yeah.
But he said, well, if you bring me players,
Mhm.
then that's a nice thing to do.
Yeah.
And we also argumented with the how do I say this? Because players are always buying then the non-reserved list cards. And that works.
Yeah, you mean you at some point you want to exchange the proxies for real cards.
Yeah, that's also true.
Yeah.
There are a lot of players in our play group or in our community who have started with a full proxy deck, or
Yep.
most of the time with one of the proxy decks that we have that are to borrow out.
Yeah.
Most of them started like that, and yeah, then they
Exactly.
gradually wanted to buy the whole deck actually.
Exactly. That's what happens. Oh no, yeah. I think we forgot to
We
shuffle.
forgot to shuffle the Emrakul in it.
Yeah.
We already told them. Yeah,
least
sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least we were shuffled inside. Yeah. I think it was a random card on top. It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But to add what you said, the proxies definitely helped us a lot.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
So if any TO is listening to us, allow proxies in your legacy events, or allow full proxy vintage like the guys at Four Seasons in Bologna do. It's insane how many players you can animate to come
Yeah.
with this kind of setup. And the fun thing is, the people are still going to spend money, and a lot of money.
Yeah. I think we can tell this for sure for ourselves also.
So that's just a win-win situation
Yeah.
for the community and
Yeah.
for the shopkeepers
Yeah.
there, basically everywhere.
Yeah.
Also, Buffalo Chicken Dip Legacy allows proxy, as far as I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's getting better
And you know which tournament also is full proxy?
the ELM.
The European Legacy Masters, that's right. And we are playing out 2 slots this weekend, one tomorrow and the other one on Sunday for the European Legacy Masters. A full proxy friendly tournament where you can only attend when you are invited.
Exactly. This is what will be played for the next 2 tournaments tomorrow and on Sunday for our weekend. What we see here on the screen is more or less almost a copy of the game 1, because Jonas also goes for the Carnage Interpreter plan, and Xenia is close to at this time around cast Sneak Attack. Unfortunately, she doesn't have a creature to follow it up.
But she has a... I thought it was a brainstorm. It's an Omniscience.
An Omniscience, yeah. She would really like to have this in play. This is actually why that was a good pick from Jonas that Emrakul was picked instead of maybe the Omniscience, for example.
Yeah. Or maybe even the Sneak Attack.
Yeah, Sneak Attack was drawn, I think.
Sneak Attack was drawn. Okay,
yeah.
okay.
But there's still a brainstorm.
Another Carnage Interpreter.
This gets tough now. But Xenia can brainstorm. Maybe she finds an Emrakul, an Atraxa, something that really helps.
An Atraxa would be, I think, the best thing that she can draw.
Well, Emrakul is also pretty good.
Or a show and tell for the Omniscience, but that's not enough. That's a Noxious Revival.
She can brainstorm. It's okay.
Yeah, she has to brainstorm here.
Yeah. I think it's either brainstorm or there's an Emrakul. Okay. Put in Emrakul and play, attack with it, analyze the trigger. I mean, oh no, shit, it doesn't work.
Why?
Because of all the clue tokens. Both the Carnage interpreters would stay in. She will die.
But she hasn't had a land drop yet. She can still play the island, attack with the Emrakul, and bounce the Carnage Interpreter with...
You have to tap the Ancient Tomb and pay it, and it's 2 mana, and then there's still the other 5/5. So I think she's...
No, it's not a 5/5 because he's not hellbent anymore. It's a 3/3 then. Bounce the one.
Does it need to have hellbent?
Yeah, when you don't have cards in hand.
Yeah.
One of you.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Then it would have worked.
But
actually.
maybe he won't play the card out. Attacks.
Then it get that's the
It's a
only
combat
option.
trick. I would try it like that.
Yeah, she has to. This is the only way actually, because Noxious Revival won't help. The days won't help at this spot.
And you have to attack here with Emrakul. Because otherwise you won't get enough mileage out of it.
Okay. Pay 2 mana. And
Okay, what's happening?
this
doesn't work. It's
Burra cannot
okay.
bounce now. Okay. Yeah, that's the thing. Doesn't help, unfortunately.
I don't think that's enough.
But this is a pretty, I think, a very... I would be really interested in seeing if Jonas would have played the card that he draws for the turn or not.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is now really an educative spot. Because I don't think Jonas would have played around petty theft.
No, for sure not. I think he would draw the card and would just swing for the win, and then the petty theft would have
Won the game.
Won the game, yeah. If she then would be on 2 life, it would be enough for another Emrakul activation. I mean, she already has to draw another Emrakul, so because the life isn't enough for Noxious Revival, Emrakul back on top.
Yeah, exactly.
Unfortunately.
But it's still pretty close, pretty cool. So, okay, so
okay, they rolled it back, which is possible.
This buys her a turn as well, because now she would survive with 2 life. That's an option. But not helping too much.
Yeah, dazing now doesn't do anything actually.
No, just...
that's maybe a misplay here to pick up the Thornwood Falls. How's it called? Not Thundering Falls.
Thundering Falls, yeah. Because now she doesn't have the red mana.
Yeah, I still think you have to go sneak attack Emrakul. Get rid of 6 clue tokens. And then bounce.
Yeah, that's the only option. Maybe there's a likely chance that Jonas would have played the card. Then it would not be lethal. It would still be lethal.
But I don't think anybody would play around petty theft. 2 Carnage Interpreter winning this game. And now, yeah, she knew what the top card was, that there was an Omniscience. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a Wheel of Summer, that's useless.
Yeah, that makes the last play even, yeah. So it's 1-1 here.
Yeah. So we will head into a game 3. I think we didn't have a 2-0. Never.
On stream, no.
No, on stream, yeah. It's actually pretty cool.
So
Always
we
love
give
to
you
get more and more magic.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say.
Yeah.
We try to give you as most magic as possible.
Yeah. Xenia will be on the play now, I think.
Yeah, it's her. I don't know if she has won the first the die roll.
I have no idea. But she won the first match, so the first game. So Jonas started now, and now she's back on playing first.
So in between, while they are sideboarding, just remember to like and subscribe to our Austrian Legacy Twitch channel to keep you updated about the Austrian Legacy Masters, about the tournament tomorrow and the tournament on Sunday. We bring you at least 6 rounds of Swiss, followed by top 8.
Exactly.
For both events. What do you think about a Blood Moon in this matchup?
From which side?
From Jonas' side.
From Jonas' side. I don't think it's too impactful. Show and Tell typically plays Blood Moon on their own in the sideboard.
Okay, yeah.
There's usually it's a lot of basics and a couple of soul lands and maybe a Volk or 2 and this Thundering Falls. I think we also saw a Blood Moon from Xenia's sideboard. I don't think it's a pretty impactful card.
And what do you think comes into the main deck from the sideboard on Xenia's side?
That's a good question. We definitely saw the Wheel of Summer. I don't know if this is a main deck card or not in this version.
I'm unsure, but I think it's from the sideboard. Because main deck I haven't seen as much green lands.
So, but if it is not in the main deck, then definitely Wheel of Summer. For any grief shenanigans.
And also the Brazen Borrower is for sure a sideboard card.
could be. I could imagine it to be a one-off in the main deck.
Ah, we have show and tell into a Traxxer here, but are we lacking a land? No, we have.
Petal.
And what's this? That land?
I think it's an ancient tomb, right? But there's also a misty rainforest.
I'm unsure. I don't know.
I mean, she has 2 brainstorms and a Forcer, right? Is it a
Yeah, a force, 2 brainstorms, force, a Traxxer, show and tell,
yeah.
Lotus Petal, and the land that I can't decipher. And Jonas is taking.
But I think the hand looks quite okay. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
If it's an ancient tomb, it's basically a petal or another land away from being pretty great.
She has 2 brainstorm, a petal, a misty rainforest, a sneak attack,
Sneak attack, yeah.
and then Traxxer, and then 1.
Force.
I have enforce, yeah. So is it actually this must be then the Traxxer, then the land that we talked about.
No. The Traxxer is on the top.
Exactly.
Yeah, and the land is
Misty.
Misty. Ah, Misty, okay.
Yeah. So it's force, brainstorm, misty, petal, sneak attack, and Traxxer. So pretty well suited. She only needs a couple more mana.
Yeah. There's always a little bit of the bottleneck of show and tell.
Yeah.
To get into 3 or 4 mana. Ah, okay. That's really a Misty. Is this the normal version, or is this some kind of secret layer? Or
Misty.
Or reprint?
That's
yeah?
the normal version.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have already. I'm an old man. I have bad eyes.
Yeah.
Jonas is contemplating whether or not he should grieve.
To grieve or not to grieve. But I think it's always to grieve.
Yeah, for sure. Unless he doesn't have a reanimate.
Yeah. Reanimate.
But that's a nice thing about our tournament today. We didn't have a lot of blue-black scam. So I think we only had two players on stream that played Grief. Am I right?
I think we had Jonas now 2 times in the first round.
Yeah.
That was Jonas. And yeah, we had Emil Polak, which also had scam.
Yeah, these 2 players
Yeah.
on stream.
I think, yeah.
Everybody else wasn't playing scam, but we have a lot of mono red actually today.
Yeah. Also on the top tables.
Yeah.
For this FNM.
And there's the brainstorm.
Brainstorm. In response to the grief.
Grief, yeah. What?
The
One
one ring.
ring.
Okay. You wanna keep all the mana and then maybe keep the one ring or something.
Attracts a sneak attack.
Okay, he wants to keep the combo. I would keep maybe the one ring because it's or the ponder actually, because you need I think the ponder is now a pretty strong pick.
Probably
Or the petal even. But
because she's missing mana.
exactly, and she actually wants the ponder to get mana. And I don't think the sneak and show or the Traxxer is really relevant at this stage. You could have hide both the ponder and the brainstorm, or the petal, which is more the bottleneck. I could see that you take the petal also,
Yeah, I think
or the ponder, I would say maybe.
yeah, Ponder Petal would be the right call. Okay, taking Force of Will.
Okay, this indicates reanimate
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah, that for sure indicates reanimate.
or not.
I mean, why would? Okay, that's a play I don't really get. Why take the Force
Maybe he was.
if you don't follow up with a play?
Yeah, maybe he has a play next turn that he wants to protect. There is another Misty, which is, I think you have to take this. You can shuffle away the another 2 cards. I don't think
Yeah,
you
for
need
sure.
those.
You take the
But
Misty.
you want the Misty. And then with then one more land and you can cast the One Ring, which is pretty strong.
Yeah. Play the Misty and simply go, or play the Petal.
You could.
So
Yeah.
it doesn't get grieved.
Probably better to cast the Petal. So
Promog
what will it
6
be? Okay, yeah, that's probably a big.
That's now a grief or a shield red or something.
Yeah, something big. This is what Jonas wanted to protect with by picking the Force.
Yeah, but it's a risky play because she could have found the Force in the Ponder, or could have found
Sure.
a Daze in the Ponder.
Although there's also Brainstorm, so it's another Carnage.
Mm-hmm.
Interpreted all the Carnages. So
I would have brainstormed here,
in
to
response,
be honest. Yeah. Just finding a Daze really helps you a lot.
let's think. No, he has 1 mana floating.
Here's 1 mana floating.
Because of the
Ah,
city.
because of the city. Okay.
Yeah. So right. I would keep the Brainstorm probably. She won't be able to cast any big spell next turn anyways, and you don't want to Brainstorm lock. Well, you want to dig 1 card deeper, I think, by casting it during your turn. I don't like the Brainstorm here. 2 lands is good.
2 lands and a brainstorm are pretty nice. Yeah.
She has a little bit more time, but the One Ring is not looking. I mean, it's okay, but right now it's I think back on the sneak attack plus Atraxa plan.
Interesting. I mean, you could go next turn One Ring.
You could. What I like better is maybe waiting 1 turn and go next turn Atraxa.
Yeah, probably.
Because you can take 1 hit, you know? It's
just a 5/5.
It's just a 5/5. You can take 1 hit, nothing really happens, and then what is Jonas gonna do about this Atraxa?
Yeah, he has to rip something from the top.
Yeah.
Can't,
A Grief would be a good hit, of course, or Reanimate.
Reanimate, Grief, Shieldred's Edict. I mean, Edict doesn't stop the
trigger from
the
Atraxa,
trigger
yeah.
from Atraxa, but at least
I
life
would
gain.
wait. I would not rush into the ring at the moment because your life total is pressured.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe playing out the sneak attack. Okay.
That's also fine.
That's very fine.
That's okay, yeah.
If you find a land, you can still go One Ring if you if Jonas discards your Atraxa.
Jonas is hoping to draw anything. Is it a Reanimate?
That's the Raptor. I don't know the name.
But it is a Raptor.
It's a Raptor, yeah.
Okay, let's see.
And it's Labyrinth Raptor.
Menace.
A 2/2 for 2 with Menace. Whenever a creature you control with Menace becomes blocked, defending player sacrifices a creature blocking it. Which is actually very nice in aggro matchups. And here we see an Atraxa in action.
This is exactly what Xenia wanted to have. She even can get another trigger by all the Atraxas.
Playing another Atraxa.
I mean, and the Atraxa gets to attack even. So
I mean, I would attack and then
Yeah.
it doesn't really matter.
you get lifelink, you can deal 7 damage.
What is happening? What does show and tell say? Can you do it end of turn so it stays until your opponent's turn?
The what?
The Atraxa. You have to sacrifice it at the end of the turn, as far as I know. And if you keep an Atraxa, you can attack with the first Atraxa, hit them for 7, gain 7. End of turn, activate, sneak attack again, and have a 7/7 blocker.
If it's at the end of turn, then yes.
I'm unsure.
Then
Okay.
it stays for 1 turn. Yeah.
Jonas scooped
Scooped
it up.
Yeah.
Congratulations to Xenia for a nice 4-1. Really, really strong. I
Pretty
mean,
cool, huh?
with this record, she could probably draw into top 8 tomorrow.
With this record, it would be pretty close. Yeah, it depends on the breakers. Maybe she would have, because we have 6 rounds tomorrow, most likely. Um,
Yeah, with 6 rounds. I
yeah, yeah.
forgot. With 6 rounds.
Maybe 4-1-1 would be close. I think
Yeah.
it's possible depending on the standings, the breakers.
Yeah, because 502 is for sure. 501 is for sure. In the top 8.
Yeah,
And probably 5-1 also.
yeah.
We are looking right now for a backup match for you to close out the evening. We have still 20 minutes to go. And
Exactly, yeah. But I think this was overall pretty nice match. It shows, yeah, show and tell can sneak in and win here
very
and then.
nice.
No, but I think this is the end for this match. As you mentioned, we will look into a backup match that we can feature for the remaining minutes, and then afterwards we can do the closing for today. So I think we just head into a small break,
About, I think, 3 to 4 minutes at
depending
most.
on what the situation is for the backup match, and then we will inform you after that. So
Stay tuned. And we are back. We have already found our backup match. And they are pretty fast, actually. They already started.
Yeah.
It's 1-1. It's Moritz Eichmeier, who we saw in the first round, losing against Franz Wolfslehner on Mono Red Stompy. And on the right side, we have Christian Marks on a Storm variant. I'm unsure if it's Tess or Ant or something. But yeah.
Yeah, we will see. One correction though, it is actually Moritz is game 2.
It's game 2.
Yeah,
Okay.
and Moritz is ahead of 1 game.
Okay.
So we will see. Enchantress, we saw this in the first round actually of today, playing against what was it? Mono Red Stompy, I think.
Yeah, versus Franz.
Exactly. Franz was, I think, I'm not sure if he's now 5-0, but he's pretty, yeah, he's actually 5-0.
Franz has won our
So Mono Red
warm-up
Stompy.
FNM.
Yeah.
Mono Red Stompy. Basically, it's not Mono Red Stompy. He calls it lovingly 8 Blast
8 Blast.
because
He
he's
has 8
playing
Blast?
4 Pyroblast main and 4 Red Elemental Blast side.
Okay, that's one way to call it.
Seems like a meta call because there's a lot of frog running around. And it certainly helped him today.
Oh yes, that's absolutely correct.
And who do you think is favored in this matchup?
Yeah, I gotta be Storm usually.
Yeah, for sure.
Normally Storm. I mean, unless you're pretty unlucky and I don't know, because I don't think. I mean, what's going for Moritz? He has Force, which is something that you usually don't expect when
Out
you're
of
playing.
Enchantress. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Exactly.
But in game 3, everything is basically known. There's no such thing as surprise anymore.
Should be, yeah. We'll see what will happen, but Moritz is pretty ahead. He already has an Agoan Enchantress up and running. And we will see how this will shape up.
I think. Why do you think has Moritz picked up the Yorion? I think this indicates of another force of will.
Yeah, or it just has the Exos mana. Usually, yeah, I mean, it was one. I think it was in the first match that we saw it that Yorion was pitched to Force, which was very nice. But Yeah, you know, he has all the mana in the world at the moment compared to the game state or to the turn 3 that he is. He has a lot of mana and he doesn't, yeah, he doesn't want to waste it, of course.
Christian Marks now brainstorming. Always when Storm brainstorms, that indicates really, really bad things for your opponent.
Brainstorm before you storm.
Yeah, most of the time it's Storm 1 for you, and then you go petal, 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 Dark Ritual, ad nauseam,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
it's suddenly game over.
Yeah.
But we have to admire this very, very beautiful volcanic island, these black bordered ones. Christian's deck is also pretty,
True.
pretty.
True.
If you look at it in paper
Mm-hmm.
or in real. Not the
We
screen.
look at it in paper.
Yeah, yeah. I mean in real, not in a screen.
Yeah.
Let's hope for tomorrow we can get Andreas also on stream with his fully blinked out deck. I'm unsure what he will play, but
Yeah. I wanted to ask if he's also on Storm or not. But we will see this tomorrow because we will work on that. We will have all the deck lists for the stream available, so that people can also have a look at the decks live when we see them on stream as well.
yeah, it makes also a little bit easier for us to commentate. We don't have to guess all the time.
Yeah.
But because this is just a warm-up FNM, we don't really want to bother our players too much. So they can play just something that they find cool and funny, or their pet deck.
Or just test the meta and just scam.
Just scam, yeah. Just scam always
Ooh, I
works.
brought something funny today. It's scam.
It's like
very
it's like,
cool.
oh well, I made a new brew. It's Delva.
Yeah.
I switched 2 cards from Delva. It's a new brew.
When you play Grief, you actually get 3 triggers, which is the sacrifice trigger, the discard trigger, and the trigger of your opponent.
And what happens if you dress down?
Yeah, then it's another thing.
Yeah, you don't
Yeah.
have any of them.
Yeah, any of that. Because your opponent is not triggered data.
Woo, thank you very much for the raid, Specs. Thank you. We are in the last we're in the last minutes of our Austrian Legacy Masters warm-up FNM. We see Moritz Eichmeier on Enchantress versus Christian Marks on Storm right now. And I think this was a positive Wigger.
Yeah. For the question about the deck lists, for tomorrow, they have to be submitted online through the registration link that you used also to register for the event. There you can also submit the deck list, only online submission.
But for tomorrow, we are, I think, 61 enrolled players.
Yeah.
61 pre-registered ones. Hopefully, there will be some that, are very spontaneous and make it full.
You mean
slots full.
that some people are coming?
Yeah.
Yeah. Would be nice.
Because we are limited to 64 players, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, our location is pretty great. The only downside is that we don't have more space here. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, that's a limiting factor for expanding with this. But I think we are close to full, so it is.
We are close to full, and
Yeah.
that's actually the one thing that really matters. People love Legacy, people love the gameplay, people love the format, even though Grief is running rampant in the format.
Yeah, exactly.
And here we have a Leyline binding without a target. Does it work?
I think it's me, but I don't think you have to. Excel.
Yeah, take a look it up, please.
Yeah, you have to exile a non-permanent an opponent controls, and there is none.
Oh, okay, then it works, yeah.
Yeah.
So we can just draw 2 cards. Brainstorm here. and find the force. I think Moritz is going to win this.
At this point in time, yeah, he has a lot of cards. He can draw a lot of cards still.
He has the force backup. I think he even has
Yeah.
just a dream horse in hand.
I think he only wants to close out this game now.
Yeah. Searching for the Emrakul.
Emra, cool.
This deck simply doesn't draw enough cards. Ah, and here's Up the Beanstalk, draw 2 cards. Then draw a card from Up the Beanstalk.
Up the beanstalk. Yeah.
I really like that Enchantress list, although Enchantress isn't a good deck per se anymore, but it's Moritz pet deck, and he really loves to play it. I think it also will get better without Grief in the format.
Yeah. Although Enchantress, I think, if it's not super control heavy, the meta, it always has problems against the faster decks, whatever deck is out there.
And he has already all the hate in hand. A force, an endurance. I think it's a force of vigor. So anything that will get through will just get punished actually.
Yeah. 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 I don't think that Christian has any outs. Well, not many outs. He would need a sequence of events, but of course, Dreamhouse now being
Drawing 3 cards.
Yeah,
All the cards.
and I think Moritz is close to chaining all his spells to dig through his deck completely.
Yeah. Now with 1 mana floating, a Wild Growth, draw 2 cards.
Yeah. You can just cast any enchantment spell by just discarding a card of the same color.
Okay, wow, I didn't get that.
That's the combo with Dream Halls. You, instead of paying the mana cost, you discard a card of the same color, and then you can cast it for free. This triggers all the card draw effects again, and then you most likely find another card that you can just cast.
And another Wild Growth, draw 2.
Yeah. And with that, and that's Moritz has the combo piece in the deck. Do you know what it is?
No, tell me.
Laboratory Maniac as win card.
Let me.
The idea is with Dream Halls, you churn through your deck, and then just cast Laboratory Maniac and win.
And win from there. Very, very nice. But there are a lot of cards to go through.
Yeah.
With Yorion.
It's not fully deterministic, that's for sure. But I think in between the rounds, he told me he got to do that when his opponent had a painter on the battlefield. Then every card ditched
Oh
to
wow.
any card because
Any
paint-
card ditch to any card.
Yeah. So yeah.
Maybe Moritz should play Painter in his deck.
It's not an enchantment though. That's a big downside.
But he can. I think isn't there a card that makes everything to enchantments?
Would be like multiple pieces to the combo.
We are playing almost Commander, that works.
Yeah, almost commander.
Galvanic Relay for 2. Which picks up Vox Opal, and what's the other one? Okay, now we have a lot of mana. We have an Utopia Sprawl. Sarah Sanctum makes a lot of mana again.
Yeah.
Utopia Sprawl costs 2.
At this point, we are just casting.
I think we see now a really exploding turn
Mm-hmm.
from Moritz. So this produces now 4. Blue. He's thinking really hard.
Yeah.
You know what he could... No, Yorion Bounce doesn't draw him cards. Okay, what's that? That's Estrid's Invocation?
You know that card?
Estrid's Invocation?
Yeah, we have to check what this card does. Not to seen too frequently. Astrid's
Invocation.
Evocation.
You may have Astrid's Invocation enter the battlefield as a copy of an enchantment you control, except it has at the beginning of your upkeep, you may exile this enchantment. If you do, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control.
Okay, it's a new card from Modern Horizons.
Really? It's one of us free?
Cool. It can become
He copies up the
a
beanstalk
beanstalk, yeah.
to draw even more cards. And then another up the beanstalk.
Yeah.
Drawing a lot of cards. I think he tries to go for the combo kill here with Ledman.
If he gets to draw, yeah, enough cards.
How many can he draw? So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards.
There's also a playset of Atraxa in the deck.
Yeah. So you can draw even more.
Yeah, he can just hardcast this. Because Atraxa is not really. I mean, with Dreamhorse, he can cast it.
Yeah, with 3 more, it's just simply.
Yeah. Trigger all the cards, then trigger Atraxa. Yeah, have a look for the 10 rounds. We have 5 rounds. This is the 5th and last round.
But it's actually quite funny if the deck works out.
Yeah.
It's like
It's cool. And it's a cool sports from Christian that he lets Moritz play it out.
yeah. Because it doesn't really
Yeah. He knows he's just dead.
yeah.
He's only looking and waiting for the win con, which is Laboratory Maniac. Is it in the deck, in the pile? Yeah, there it is. You can just
Play
whatever.
another Sanctum, get a lot of mana. Play basically everything.
Exactly. And then win with Laboratory Maniac.
Okay, that's a Atraxa trigger.
That's, yeah, what gets picked. He needs to cast another.
But he has to really try to not deck himself before Ledman.
Yeah, that's true.
But I think playing the Ledman right now and simply go for the kill. Yeah.
It's fine, yeah. Should be fine. Having more cards in hand than in the deck.
It's always a great feeling.
It's always a great feeling, yeah.
That's the same like I played Peer into the Abyss. It just feels awesome.
Exactly. So I think at this point we're just waiting for, yeah, the execution of the combo.
And for sure, we will have it soon.
This is another Astrid. Copying is attracts an enchantment actually. Do you know?
No, I think
This is
he's copy. Maybe I
No, I
tracked as
don't.
an enchantment.
Is it? No,
No,
it's just a
no.
creature. Yeah.
It's an angel.
Yeah. Pretty nice.
Why isn't it a horror anymore? Yes,
Yeah,
there's the Ledman. Really, really, really nice.
So it was actually 2-0 for
Our
Moritz.
first 2-0
Yeah.
for Moritz
On the stream.
on the stream. Very nice.
Very cool. Yeah. Interesting deck that we got to see for this final round here of the Austrian Legacy Masters.
WarmUp FNM.
WarmUp FNM, yeah. So this actually concludes the evening. I think we saw a lot of great decks.
We saw a lot
Legacy.
of funny decks.
Yeah.
We didn't really saw a lot of scam. We had really great things. We had Monred Stompy.
Yeah.
We had Cloud Post. We had Menace Aggro. We had Show and Tell. We had Enchantress, Storm.
Yeah.
We had Grixis Delva, Bomberman.
Yeah.
Really a lot of fan favorites in there, and I'm pretty hyped for tomorrow.
Exactly. Tomorrow will be the main event, the Austrian Legacy Masters Tournament, where more or less 60 players will battle out for an ELM, the European Legacy Masters slot, qualifying slot. So it will be most likely 6 rounds plus top 8 for tomorrow. And yeah, I think we are all excited.
Yeah, tomorrow, 10 o'clock CET, Central European Time.
Yeah.
So join us. If you're from the US, it's about 4 p.m. for you. But you can always join always later in the around noon, I think, will be the finals
Exactly.
for the US guys.
I think so, yeah. And yeah, I think this is very great. And tomorrow we will see a lot more legacy for you and commentate it also live for you. So with that, I hope that you enjoyed the stream, and that I hope that we also see each other tomorrow for the Austrian Legacy Masters. So
Thank you. Bye.
bye bye.